Good morning, people. It's Monday morning. It's 7:15 a.m. and Frankfurt open trade is in the bin. Now, I'm not normally videoing dual charts like this, so apologies if it gets a bit lumpy. I keep forgetting to highlight the chart before I do anything on it. Notice I can't draw a trend line on here, but when I highlight it, then I should be able to, and vice versa with the other chart. So apologies for any lumpiness in this video. So it's important, the reason I made this video is it's important to remember that the higher time frames always lead the way. So in terms of this setup here, well, first off, I'll mention DXY is long, cable and euro we should be looking for shorts. Okay, that's the way it goes. That's what I've been studying all weekend. As you can see, difference between euro here is the arrow is carried over from the cable chart. Difference between the euro is that we have no rsihisto break and close. In other words, there's the bust, there's the pullback. We didn't get the break and close below there. Having said that, this still looks short because we've recently changed from green, in other words upwards momentum, to red, and we closed short. So that would still be a bearish signal, but not a sort of valid trade signal, as it were. But if you compare that to the cable chart, you can see, if we zoom in on this now, you can see that you've actually got a bust, pullback, and then this definitely was lower, the lower close on this. 284721, double check that. 284721 and 31. So prior to our entry in the short trade, we had our glorious bust, break and close. So with this, you have to remember also that this often coincides with a 3-candle reversal, and a 3-candle reversal often causes a pullback. So always be aware that you may have a pullback scenario, but the things against the pullback here were stacking against it, should I say, were the fact that it is the 7 a.m. open, the Frankfurt open. We've got also, we can clearly see this was a small candle, tiny candle. These are absolute gimmies. You know, there's something to watch for, something I don't mention very often, but I love them, and when I do mention them I get all excited like I am now, because I just think that's incredible. You know, the fact that we can have a huge momentum, volume, call it what you like. It used to be a way I studied volume. A huge volume bar with a tiny candle often means some sort of massive move, and it seems to carry over with the rsihisto as well. The bigger, you know, the smaller the candle with the bigger the bar, you get this sort of what they call an impulse move, as it were, you know. So not only that though, but you can clearly see we have a massive level of a breakout, if you like. Test, 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 boom, and off it goes. Target, clearly see that the S1 was hit, but as always with this time of day, I'm happy to shorten my targets, as it were. This one was in fact 7 pips, and normally at this time of day I would have gone for 5 pips and called it a day. That was my daily pip quota. As it is, so as it stands, I've made my day's money in that one scalp trade. But you know, I hope that makes sense, guys. So it's all about timing. If this rsihisto break and close on a 30-minute had happened outside of a busy time of day, then I would have expected a pullback and to enter using the 1 minute, 5 minute. But because it was the open of the Frankfurt session, that's when you expect the big move. So that's why I just hit it based on the 30-minute. I hope that is clear. I know there's all these nuances, but that's what screen time is all about. That's what I've given you, the sort of mechanics of how to trade it. You then have to employ the screen time to learn the sort of intricate details of of how price moves after you get your trigger to go. I mean, of course you can enter them based on the trigger and put your stops well out of the way accordingly, and it's highly likely that it will still do its stuff. But that's not the way I like to trade. I like to look at the lower time frames, look at the trend in place, and hit the trades that way. But this is such an unusual sort of trade for me and setup that it needed to be recorded, as it were, so hopefully that helps. Let's see if we can go and find another trade, but now I'm happy that I've got my day's money, so I will be ultra careful with the next trade that I look for. The next one for me today now is the London breakout, what used to be called or what I call the Billy TT 15-minute candle breakout, but I don't trade it as a breakout. I trade it as a 1 minute, 5 minute trend using the RSI and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to go away, have a coffee and prepare for that now. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.